Board of Trustees, Chancellor Laguerre, Mayor Trish Herrera Spencer, and Peralta administrators. Following is our keynote speaker, Councilman Abel Guillen, the College of Alameda administrators and faculty. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to be your master of ceremony for this momentous occasion. Actually, please stand again for the national anthem performed by College of Alameda student Danielle Jones.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last
At this time, please join me in welcoming the Honorable Jelena Bonilla, President of the Peralta Community College's Board of Trustees.
Good afternoon and congratulations, class of 2017, yes. I am going to gracefully cede my time here to my trustee, Withrow. Trustee Withrow is a long-standing trustee and a former mayor of Alameda. He is highly committed to not only Alamedians, but he was also very committed to students, and I'm going to welcome him to the stage at this time.
Thank you, Trustee Molina, and on behalf of the trustees of the Peralta colleges, again, congratulations to the class of 2017. Congratulations on receiving some or all of your academic goals and putting yourselves into positions to pursue and achieve an array of new goals. You've acquired new skill sets, be they on the quantitative side of the ledger or on the qualitative side of the ledger. You've acquired new skill sets to be what you will need to do to prevail in our society today. Post-secondary education has always been of a great value, but it has increased in importance due to the speed of changes that have been brought on by advancing technology and the perceptive shrinking in the size of our planet or globalization. The quantitative skills that you've acquired will put you in good stead to quickly become a contributor, whatever role you're going to assume. The qualitative skills that you have acquired will put you in a position to effectively interact with those around you to pursue and achieve group or organizational goals. It is obvious to all of you that not everyone sees the world as you personally do, or as I do. We all bring different skill sets and strengths to the table of life. You need to be flexible in terms of developing and defining life goals and applicable strategies. You will probably make many career changes, some major and some minor, due to opportunities that arise in a changing configuration in our environmental set. There are many predictions that over 40% of our current occupations will disappear by 2025. That's only a timeline of 8 years. Along that line, one skill set that you have acquired is that of learning effectively and efficiently how to learn. That is probably the key thing to walk away from here. It is a never-ending process to effectively focus your time, energy, and intellect in a manner that puts you into a position to capitalize in a positive way to the changes that occur around you. Congratulations to each and every one of you. May all of your future endeavors be blessed by fair winds and a following sea. This is a Navy town. I'm a Navy guy. Enjoy life and all that it has to offer. Good luck and God bless to each.
Thank you, Trustee Withrow. Please now join me in welcoming our Chancellor of the Peralta Community Colleges, Chancellor Laguerre.
I am very pleased to welcome all of you to this great occasion. As you know, I have 7 bosses. Many of them are sitting here. So before I came on stage, I was given a task by one of my bosses to do. So I have to do it, and I want you to join me because that's what she would like to do. She didn't do it. It is Go Warriors! I don't think that I'm even a fan, but I read somebody in this, among our graduates, has perhaps the best quote for today. On the back of her cap, she wrote, "I whined a lot, but I did it." So we know that it might have taken some of you 2 years, others 3, 4, some 6. A few, probably 10, and a bit more, took the scenic route to graduation. But you have overcome doubts. You have overcome many challenges to be here today, and we want you to know that we respect you for that. Your family members respect you for that. Your faculty and the staff at COA also respect you for that. Some have doubted you, and perhaps yourself, you might have had some doubts, but you have proven every doubter wrong because of what you have done today. You have a new chapter coming up in your life. Many of you are going to transfer to a UC campus, others to some CSU campuses, and I'm hoping that one of you will transfer to the University of Kansas, where I graduated. And if that's happening, I have $1,000 to give you. But as you transfer to Kansas, to Columbia, to UC Davis, I want you to know that you know more than many of the students who started at those universities as freshmen. And I do not want you to let anyone make you doubt that you know better than they do. That is because the real difference between you and them is that you had better faculty members because they really care, and that's what they are here to do. And you have less debts than those who started at those expensive universities, and your family are very happy for that as well. So now I'm not asking you to go, pick up a fight with anyone when you go to your next university. This is something just between us. It's the secret of the community college. Some of you are going straight to work, and there might have been those in your life who doubted that you would actually hold a job. But you have proven them wrong, because staying in school is a lot of work. Not only will you hold the next job, but you are so well trained at College of Alameda. One of these days, you're going to become a supervisor, and we'd like to invite you for some more training at College of Alameda or one of the Peralta colleges so that you can be even a better supervisor. Now, I learned that we have about 400 or 600 students graduating from College of Alameda, and throughout Peralta colleges, we are losing a lot of students to graduation. So my plea to those of you behind the graduates is that you should come back to college if you have been to college before. If you have not, it's time for you to come to college and be a graduate like those we have here today. It is time to recommit to your own future and to erase any doubts that anybody may have about you, that you can learn, you can earn a college degree. So we have recruiters out there that we want to help you, and we want to make sure that about 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 10 years from now, you will also graduate from College of Alameda or from Berkeley City College or from Laney College or from Merritt College. Congratulations to the class of 2017. May you do great things. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor Laguerre. Please now join me in welcoming Rochelle Olive, our Academic Senate President.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I stand here representing those fabulous instructors that helped you along the way, and right now I would like for them to stand, turn, and give them a hand of applause. Graduates, did you know that all dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them? Finishing college is one dream down. There are many more dreams waiting for you in life. As you move forward, considering the 5 timeless truths and apply them to the pursuit of your dreams. Number 1, keep a singular focus. Whatever you do, work heartedly. Number 2, talk is cheap. If all you do is talk about your dream, it's not going anywhere. Work hard, and when you think you've done enough, do it again. Work some more. Number 3, pray and be thankful. In life, you're going to hit speed bumps and roadblocks. You don't have to be thankful for the roadblocks, but a person who remains prayerful and thankful in them will stand head and shoulders above the rest. Number 4, don't complain. Do all things without grumbling or disputing. Make every effort to be known as a peacemaker, not the drama king or the drama queen. And number 5, don't indefinitely camp out in your parents' basement, attic, living room, extra bedroom. Work hard and find value in whatever work you do. Okay, graduates, are you ready for your last class assignment? Are you ready for your last class assignment? I knew that you would say yes. Okay, so graduates, I need you to stand up. Stand up, everyone. They say this a lot in church, but we're not in church, but I want you to turn to your neighbor and say, I am an achiever. I want you to turn to your family and friends and proclaim out loud, I am an achiever. Now, finally, I want you to turn. I want you to point to the stage and proclaim out loud, I am an achiever. I am an achiever. You may sit. You pass with an A. In closing, relax and take a break now. You will need the strength and willpower to continue moving forward. Class of 2017, this is your season for greatness. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Oliver. Now please join me in welcoming LaShawn Brumfield, our classified Senate President.
Greetings to President Tim Karras, Chancellor Laguerre, distinguished board members of the Peralta Community College District, College of Alameda administrators, faculty, honored guests, classified professionals, families, and graduates. Graduates, we congratulate you for working hard towards your dreams. There are those who stumbled, others who sacrificed, and even some who went without to be here today. Make sure each of you recognize and celebrate your accomplishments. Take pride that you have the ability to overcome any obstacle that threatens to take you away from the goals you plan in your life. Remember, today is just the beginning of your journey. You have the foundation to get through all obstacles that will come before you. In life, as well as in college, you are a winner. Continue to believe in yourself. Never give up on your dreams. In closing, I would like to say on behalf of the classified professionals, staff, and in the words of Steve Jobs, don't let the noise of other opinions drown out your own inner voice, and most important, have the courage to follow your heart and your intuition. Graduates of the class of 2017, the classified staff bids you congratulations and farewell.
Thank you, President Brumfield. I'd like you to join me in welcoming our class of 2017 ASCOA President, Ernie Eugenio.
There we go. How's everybody today? Yeah. So good afternoon, Chancellor Laguerre, President Cross, and Mayor Herrera Spencer, faculty, staff, alumni, guests, and most of all, College of Alameda graduates. My name is Ernie Eugenio, and I am your Associate Student Body President. Now, a couple of years ago, just like Chancellor Laguerre had said, I sat on that stage back behind you watching my daughter graduate, and I decided to come back to college. Not only did I decide to come back to college, but I wanted to be a leader in this community, and I decided to run for council also. So I am grateful for being here today. Today is a special day. Today is a day of reflection. Today is a day that has meaning. It is a day that stands for achievement. It is a day that says it all. It is I did it day. Can you guys repeat that? I did it day. As many as attempted, as many have failed, as many continue, today is what? I did it day. It is May 26th, you're right. You're right. As you look back and reflect on the very first day, to that very first class, to the very first challenges that you were faced, you ask yourself, how did I do it? To some, it's a stepping stone. To others, it's a set of directions to life's ambitions. Each one of us can speak to our experiences. The question is, can someone else tell your story? As you embark to the next adventure, your next chapter, ask yourself that question. Who can tell my story? Now, some of you are wondering, what does this all mean? Well, I can explain it in one word: legacy. Leave an impression to a stranger, to a loved one, friends, or even a family member. Let them tell your story to other friends and families so that your contributions to life's journey makes an impact on a person and is engraved into the hearts and minds of others. I Did It Day is just the beginning of your future. It is time to build your legacy. And your story will be told for generations to come. So on behalf of the associate students of the College of Alameda, congratulations to the class of 2017. Thank you. Go Dubs!
Thank you, President Eugenio. Now please join me in welcoming our College of Alameda President, Dr. Tim Karras.
Hello, good afternoon. Before I do my speech, I just want to take a moment to introduce the other wonderful people who are joining me up on the dais. We have 4 of our elected Board of Trustees officials. We have Trustee Riley. We have 5. Cool. I can't count. Yeah. Trustee Handy, Trustee Withrow, Trustee Bonilla, and Trustee Weinstein. So thank you all for joining us at our commencement. As you also realize, we have our Chancellor here, Chancellor Laguerre, right there. And then on the other side, we have our speaker who you'll hear from, our keynote in a little while, Councilmember Guillen. Next to Councilmember Guillen, we have the mayor of the city of Alameda, Trish Herrera Spencer. And then surrounding them, we have all of our faculty leaders, our administrators, people from the district office who are administrators, and our student leaders here too. So they've all come out here to recognize all the good work that you're doing today. So they're appreciating all your good work. All right, so on to my speech now. All right, so welcome. Welcome proud parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, aunts, cousins, friends of the graduates. Thank you for being here for them. Members of the class of 2017, we are so proud of your accomplishments, and we thank you for the opportunity to serve you. It has been an honor for us to share this time with you in your lives and witness how you have grown. You are ready to take on the world. The class of 2017 will always hold a very special place in my heart. This is the first class, it's my first year as college president of College of Alameda, so you're my initial graduating class, so I'll always remember this day, just like you do, in a very special way, so thank you. Graduation is an emotional time. You're happy to be done, you're happy of your accomplishments and proud of them, but you're sad to leave your friends, your mentors, and maybe you're a bit anxious about what lies ahead. As you look at the faces later of your parents and your family, you'll be grateful for their love and the support over the years of your journey. You will forever be the class of 2017. Tomorrow, you will begin to scatter to new jobs, summer adventures, other schools across the country. Of course, commencement is much more than about saying goodbye. Today's ceremony also provides us a time to reflect on the opportunity and the spirit that defines your class, to celebrate the knowledge that you've acquired and created, and also to look forward to the exciting potential that you offer. There we go. Your class shares the values our society needs. The values include a dedication to service, a genuine concern for the environment and sustainable living, tolerance for different views and lifestyles, and an understanding of the importance of collaboration across and within communities. Our goal at the College of Alameda is to equip each one of you with the knowledge and skills to act on your values to make the world a better place. As you explore the world, remember the time that you spent here. Recall how your caring mentors pushed you in the right direction, stretched your imagination and spirit. Keep in touch with each other, and always remember that this community and this campus you can call home. Students, it was an honor for all of us to be part of your lives. Thank you, and we are very proud of you.
Thank you, President Karras. Please join me in our next performance. We're taking a break from our speeches for the moment. And Halau Makana are joining us to do a performance of Polynesian dance. was fabulous, wasn't it? Let's do another round of applause. Now I have the honor of introducing our valedictorian of the class of 2017, Fuda Al-Kajafi.
What's up, class of 2017? Aren't you glad we're done with finals? I mean, to be honest, I've been practicing and preparing for this speech more than studying for finals, so, I mean, it could be bad and a good thing at the same time. All right, here we go. Well, thank you, President of College of Alameda, Dr. Timothy Karras, and congratulations to the most amazing class of 2017. Thank you, Peralta College's faculty who became our mentors and friends, whose achievements and vision propel us to make a positive difference. Thank you, staff, classmates, family, friends, EOPS, and MESA counselors. Thank you for all the support that has been received. To my beloved parents, thank you for the unconditional love. Oh, my sister is so loud. Okay. In the essence of this year's graduation theme, my story, your story, and our story, I'd like to share mine. I grew up in war-torn Iraq, and I witnessed the 2003 invasion and sanction. During wartime, I lived with the thundering sound of Apache helicopters and bombardments for months. At first, my mother refused to leave the country. I knew that the idea of leaving her house that's filled with the memories of our childhood broke her heart and left a permanent scar. But she eventually reconciled, only because she wanted us to have safe and flourishing futures. Eventually, I moved from Iraq to Amman, Jordan, with my family, knowing that it cannot be my permanent home, that the best friends that I made along the way will have to say goodbye to me one day. In 2013, I first landed in JFK Airport with 10 other refugee families, emerging with the fears of the upcoming looms, the unknown, the immense culture shift, homesickness, and anxiety, concern, and ultimately, failure. When I first crossed the Bay Bridge, I had two thoughts on my mind. The first one was, why is the ocean so big? Well, but it was actually the bay. And the second one was, will I be able to manage and make my family and homeland proud in a country that is very different and novel? My experience at Peralta Colleges helped me grow as an individual and new immigrant while helping my peers and giving back to my new community simultaneously. I'm certain that my fellow graduates agree with me that today, when we look at our diplomas, we see the skip meals, pulling all-nighters, constant exhaustion, perseverance, unremitting self-motivation, the tears, the hard work, and even last-minute work. We also see the fun times spent at the labs and the lecture halls, the laughter, Starbucks and Pete's coffee, boba milk tea, and the tremendous joy of earning the grade that we believe we deserve. Ultimately, we see the prosperous products of an intellectual art, and for that, we all have made our families proud. My story, your story, and our story are what made us who we are today. We may come from different backgrounds, but our struggles are often identical. Today, we're here to celebrate those valuable stories. Despite racism, human trafficking, domestic violence, cyberbullying, wage inequality, gender inequality, race-based incarceration, healthcare disparities, the immigration ban, the Muslim ban, and the Mexican border wall, we are all the warriors of today. Regardless of the next chapter that we embark on after we step out of this field, we all need to remind ourselves that we can, we will, and we must. I want to close by sharing this quote by the Lebanese American poet Khalil Gibran. "You are your own forerunner, and the towers you have built are but the foundation of your giant self. And that self, too, shall be a foundation." Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2017.
I'd now like to bring up President Karras to introduce our keynote speaker.
All right, thank you very much. So it's my pleasure today to introduce today's graduation speaker, Councilmember Abel Guillen. Before his election to the Oakland City Council in November 2014, Abel Guillen served on our Board of Trustees at the Peralta Community College District for 8 years. As a trustee, he secured over $20 million for career education and green jobs training, and raised more than $50,000 for scholarships for students from underserved communities. And he also works tirelessly as an advocate promoting higher education opportunities for all. He is the son of a baker and a cook. Guillen grew up in a working class neighborhood in the Bay Area. He is a product of our public school system, and he was the first person in his family to graduate from college. He earned his bachelor's degree in sociology and a master's degree in public policy from the University of California at Berkeley. Please join me in welcoming Councilmember Guillen.
Thank you, President Karras, for that generous introduction. It's so good to be back at College of Alameda and to share this stage with my colleagues that I got to work on for so many years together. I got to say that my colleagues on the board were the hardest working folks that dedicated tireless efforts to make sure that the East Bay has affordable quality of education. Would you join me in giving them a round of applause? Chancellor Laguerre, Mayor Spencer, graduates, class of 2017, how are ya? I'm honored to be here with you today to add a few thoughts at this capstone of your hard work. I promise only to speak for 1 hour and leave enough time for all the graduation parties scheduled for this evening. And if you got one, I hope you invite me to one. If you're the first in your family to graduate, raise your hand. First in the family to graduate from college. Well, you deserve an extra round of applause. Give yourselves a round of applause. Like you, I was the first in my family to graduate from college. And yes, today we celebrate you, but we also celebrate our families, our loved ones, our communities who helped you all walk across the stage. When you cross the stage today, you don't do it alone. We walk the stage as a community connected to those that came before us and to those that are not here yet and the many that did not have the same opportunity that you all received. You have persevered. You worked and went to school. You went to school and had to take care of your kids. You stayed up late for that exam, even though you didn't have any sleep. You borrowed a textbook and photocopied it because it was just too damn expensive. But you made it. As Drake said, we started at the bottom and now we're here. Graduates, 20 years ago, I put on a robe and crossed the stage too. History tells us that our words and deeds can have an impact in the fight for social justice. California is at the forefront of the resistance, and we are laying the foundation to build the future that we want to see through new laws that protect our communities, the environment, and the fundamental rights and dignities that each and every individual should have without condition or constraint. Graduates, indeed, it's not enough to resist, but we must also build a new future. We must pursue better. Keeping what we have already won is not enough. How do we make things better? Well, that's on you guys. Much of the nation is now discovering what California learned decades ago. Inclusion and respect matters. We are strong because of our diversity, And most of our discoveries and innovations in California have grown out of that pluralism and the courage of tolerance and curiosity about the world. In California, we don't ban what we don't fully understand. We don't think building walls will make us safer or more prosperous. We embrace our diversity, and we know how to build bridges. I want to share with you a couple of stories that I've learned on my journey. While many of my friends enjoyed great success right after graduating, and they had great plans for their careers with their newly minted degrees, I wasn't as fortunate. After being so proud, walking across the stage with my family in the audience, just like you are here today, after graduating from UC Berkeley, from the #1 public university in the world, go Bears, with a full scholarship, go Gales too. My first job, right after I graduated, and all my friends had all these other fancy jobs, and they were getting nice signing bonuses. My first job was scooping ice cream. It was scooping ice cream at Dryers on College Avenue. That's what a degree from Cal got me. A minimum wage job, scooping ice cream. That was back in the day when nobody was marching on the streets for $15 an hour. You see, I was the first in my family to go to college, and I wasn't sure about my path. And when you're the first in your family to graduate from college, you're not doing it just for yourself. You're doing it for your community. You see, when I started high school, there were about 800 people in my freshman class. By the time we graduated from high school, there were less than 200 of us left. I learned firsthand that the school-to-prison pipeline was real. However, my father, with his third-grade education, wisely reminded me with his life example that no matter what you do, there is dignity in work. No matter if you wash dishes, whether you work at In-N-Out or at Target, there is dignity in work, and that's a lesson I'll never forget. My father, while I was disappointed that I was scooping ice cream, my father knew about the opportunities for the future and that this country provided for the family. See, my grandfather came to this country as a bracero, picking crops up and down the Central Valley. And in less than a generation, I was able to graduate from the university and stand before you as a city council member in the city of Oakland. After that summer, scooping ice cream, and the most embarrassing part is when your professors come in and you have to give the ice cream to their kids, and they would tell you, yeah, this is what your degree got me, scooping ice cream. But later on that summer, I was accepted to a fellowship program where I got to go work in Sacramento to go make laws and be a legislative aide. The key, my friends, is patience and keep moving forward. Even if you're unsure where you might end up, keep moving forward, just like you're doing here today. This is part of your journey and part of your forward momentum. After working in Sacramento and doing a stint in New York City, I felt like I needed to go to graduate school, and I would encourage you, many of you here, to please consider going to graduate school, pursuing your degree, and getting that master's or that higher education. For me, I decided to come back home to California, and I got into the Goldman School of Public Policy at Berkeley. But after my first year in graduate school, I felt like I needed a change. And much like today, there was a pivotal election that year. That was back in 2000. I know I'm dating myself. But it was Gore versus Bush, and I could not sit on the sidelines. The environment and climate change was on the line, and I did not want our country to go to war for oil. Through the help of some of my professors and mentors, I landed a position as an unpaid intern, and I quickly landed a job on the policy team for Gore, Al Gore, and ended up moving to Nashville in Florida. Here I was, 23 years old, helping to write Gore's plan for Medicare, following my passion. During the campaign, however, I learned that my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer. I decided to leave and come back home to take care of my mother, risking my shot at working in the White House. I'm glad to say she has been in remission, is happily retired now. But, thank you. But in order to take that risk, I had maxed out my credit cards to work on the campaign, and the Supreme Court ruling gave the election to Bush. And so I was back home and without a job, and I had to take care of my family. But something interesting happened, and on the plane ride home, I struck up a conversation with the lady sitting next to me. and she was like 5 foot nothing. Short lady. But I explained to her that I had taken a break from my graduate studies, and I wanted to figure out how to make a difference, not only for my country, but for my family. She told me that her company was in the business of financing school construction for California kids, and I told her that I wanted to learn more about public finance and this unique combination of public policy and building schools. I had no idea that was even a career possibility, but as a good student, I happened to have my resume there with me. I pulled it out and I gave it to her. This was back in the day before LinkedIn or any of that. And I gave it to her, and a week later I ended up interviewing, and I started out as an intern working on the premise that I had to finish my master's degree. And so I finished up, started out as an intern, went to grad school, put myself through grad school, and started out as an intern, and 15 years later I ended up as a senior vice president of the firm. My life lesson to you is to always be prepared. It's amazing what happens when you ask for help, when you need it, and when you are ready to take advantage of an opportunity when it presents itself. As Denzel Washington said, nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks, fall forward. Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. What I've learned is that success is not a straight shot, but if you keep on making forward momentum, you'll finally reach your goals. Take risks. Like I did. Start a conversation in that plane ride or on BART instead of staring into your smartphones. Take advantage of your degrees and your certificates. There are literally tens of thousands of Peralta graduates all over the Bay Area that are ready to lend you a helping hand if you just ask for it. But it's up to you. It's up to you what you do with this opportunity. A lot of people tout their Cal degrees or Gales degrees, St. Mary's, or whatever else they went. But if you dig deep, you'll find out that many folks started at the community college, and that's something that you all should be proud of. We can all make a difference no matter where we're at. And in closing, let me tell you a quick story about how I'm trying to make a difference. As an Oakland City Council member, I now chair a committee that has to make tough decisions about community priorities, and we have a budget about $1.5 billion. And soon after our number 45 issued his border wall ban, I introduced local legislation to prevent Oakland's tax dollars from going to businesses that want to build that wall. And I'm proud to say that our movement has spread from Oakland to Berkeley, now the state of California, even New York and Illinois. You have the opportunity, but you also have a responsibility to each other now and those that have become before you and will come after you. You must be responsible and accountable at this historic moment to support one another. The time to give back isn't when you've made it. That time is now. Okay, well, maybe tomorrow after the parties are over. We now, my friends, live in a minority-majority state and will soon reach that milestone as a nation. But that only means something if you vote, and if you get your friends to vote, and family and neighbors to go down with you. Don't sit on the sidelines. Don't be afraid to take risks. If you fail, get up and get at it again. You are now part of the Peralta family that is tens of thousands of people strong. And if any of you want to meet with me for an informational interview, you want to figure out a career in public service, I offer myself to you, reach out to me, and I'm sure there's anybody on the stage up here is willing to help you as well. I wish you lots of luck, Godspeed, and congratulations.
Thank you, Councilman Guillen.